Welcome back. In the ongoing discussion about the internet computer and their AI capabilities, today we're going to be discussing the catch-up game that internet computer is playing right now. Is it going to be enough to bring internet computer into the mainstream and have people understand what we already know about internet computer and the AI capabilities and potential future of this incredible technology and ecosystem? But like this CoinDesk article states, internet computer bets big on AI as the crypto markets play catch up. But in my view, it's actually internet computer playing catch up with the rest of the AI world. And there's a lot of other cryptos that are in the AI realm or have been chosen as partners to the big technology companies like Google recently choosing Sui to deploy their AI agents on. And so there is a lot of competition here, but as we've covered extensively on the Internet Computers videos right here on the Cryptoviser podcast, there's a lot to look forward to and a lot of potential here. And as an investor, that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for coins or cryptos or stocks or investments that are already up 100x. We're looking for the next 100x, and it may be the Internet Computer. So in today's video, we're going to be exploring the catch-up game and the Internet Computer. This is the Cryptoviser podcast. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. That way you never miss a new video. Sometimes we do individual deep dives into cryptos and projects like we're doing today with the Internet Computer. And sometimes we just talk about the macro environment, zoom it out, and kind of understand where the whole economy is going, where the markets are going, where to invest, how to invest. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Give this video a free thumbs up. Thumbs up are free. Crypto is not. Let's get into the Internet Computer playing catch up. So as you guys know, Internet Computer launched AI capabilities about a year and a half ago, right? Right at the beginning of the cycle, the halving cycle for 2024. Now we're in the end of 2025, and it is apparently clear that Internet Computer is really the only AI capable ecosystem with an actual large language model built on top of it. I mean, even Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, which is the quote unquote biggest AI crypto or blockchain ecosystem there is, they're using the Internet Computer's technology to power their artificial intelligence through ASI. You can go to ASI's website or Fetch AI's website right now. And the ASI 1 large language model is currently deployed within and using the Internet Computer's technology. So let's understand a little bit more in this recent article that was published here by CoinDesk. They say Internet Computer, a blockchain project that has sought to differentiate itself from rivals, is doubling down on its pitch as the go-to network for on-chain AI. This could be the beginning of a new tech stack, all-in-one AI, which AI, not humans, becomes the primary developer of the applications, according to Dominic Williams, the founder of Internet Computer and Dfinity. That's him right there. And so we've talked about that, right? Their large language model called Caffeine AI, that's not running on chain, but it can code and deploy actual dApps, websites, or whatever, and host it within the Internet Computer actual tech stack. So the Internet Computer is becoming this kind of decentralized web or decentralized cloud. Moving right along, Dominic Williams argued that while crypto prices remain largely driven by market mechanics, treasury operations, liquidity games, and speculation, the underlying technology will eventually force a reckoning. That's what he said in an interview. He said in the long run, markets begin to reflect realities on the ground. But as yet, you're not seeing what's happening with the Internet Computer reflected in ICP's price. And I would completely agree. Just in the one-year chart of Internet Computer from around October 2024 to October 2025, we are down 50% on the 1 year. Even just in September, the coin itself is down 20%. This is a very underperforming crypto. Some would even argue that the crypto is in a bear market and is not going to recover. And that may be true, but if we do think about companies like Bitfarms, which has an ever-expanding AI infrastructure base, and they're kind of not really moving away from Bitcoin mining, but they're expanding not in the Bitcoin mining space, but they're expanding their AI capabilities while holding on to their Bitcoin mining operations. Once the market starts to notice that, you have the big players starting to throw money at that company because they see that Bitfarms is highly undervalued, especially compared to their peers, and based on just the data and the technicals that when you look at the metrics, Bitfarms has a lot more capability than Iris Energy, Cypher Mining, Marathon Digital, especially when you're talking about expansion in AI. And so the same thing could happen here with Internet Computer. We haven't seen the price really move to the upside. It's been just for the 1 year, I mean, downward trending and sideways trending. And anybody holding ICP is probably very annoyed by that, especially seeing more and more capabilities being deployed within the Internet Computer and Caffeine AI ecosystem and development continuing to evolve. Why is the price not going up? Well, I think it really comes down to a mismatch between fundamentals and pumpamentals, specifically, right? Because really none of the AI projects in crypto have been performing that well. You see some of the big top 20 cryptos that have a lot of billionaire backing talking about we're doing a deal with this company or we're doing a deal with this company. But it really comes down to the deployment, right? Just because they say, like, Google is choosing Sui to run AI agents or utilize some of the technology doesn't mean that they're going to be using the full stack, and doesn't mean that it's going to work out, because a lot of these AI companies, they're going to be testing with a lot of different products and say, does this work? Does this work? Does this work? And whatever does work well, they're probably going to expand more on it. But just making an announcement doesn't necessarily mean it's all in the green. And so I would agree that the market has yet to reflect the understanding of what the capabilities of Internet Computer are. Now, I've been critical of Dominic and Dfinity's kind of path in terms of marketing, in terms of the releases, in terms of really kind of staying in the narrative, right? And not kind of stepping outside the narrative of AI and high power compute and their capabilities. And I think that they've been trying to do, their best at that. Clearly from the price, it has not been working. And this is the first major article that we've seen pretty much in 2025 from any crypto outlet that is highlighting what Internet Computer is working on. So maybe something is actually changing. And number two, the fact that they even have this article that we're going through tells me that there is definitely more interest, especially if we rotate into a bear market in the general crypto ecosystem. People are going to be looking for opportunity, and they're not going to be looking for opportunity in crypto because crypto is generally going to be going down. They're going to be looking for opportunity in AI capabilities, AI compute. And really, there's a possibility that we're going to see Internet Computer and maybe even some of the other infrastructure plays for AI and crypto countering the main crypto cycle. So where most of crypto is going up, as you see, Internet Computer is going down. And meanwhile, when the rest of crypto goes down, there's a potential that Internet Computer is going to go up because people are going to be looking for good opportunities to invest. Anyway, running AI on chain. The Internet Computer first demonstrated neural networks running as smart contracts in April of 2024, starting with image classification and later facial recognition. While those were relatively simple models compared to large language models, the kind that power AI tools like ChatGPT and Google's Gemini, they were proof of concept that AI can run natively on a blockchain. No other network has achieved this, Williams pointed out, despite the chatter about decentralized AI. Well. Clearly, the team at Dfinity is listening, because this is one of the critiques that I've had about Internet Computer and Dfinity, is the fact that the technology that they should be highlighting is not the actual large language model or the image classification. These are proof of concepts. The real thing that is of value here is the network, the Internet Computer's capabilities, right? The large language model Caffeine AI, guys, there's other vibe coding. And by the way, the Internet Computer ecosystem hates when I say that, but there are other large language models that are quote unquote vibe coders or vibe coding, and they can do the same thing that Caffeine AI can do. And so in my view, Caffeine AI, along with these other things that Internet Computer has released, these are just proof of concepts of what they can actually do at a very basic level. But really, the power here and the value is in this decentralized compute network. And it sounds right here, like they're listening. And that is really good. Anyway, where others rely on off chain infrastructure like Amazon Web Services, Internet Computer seeks to integrate the full AI development and execution stack on chain. Dominic describes this as the self writing internet, a system where users describe what they want and the AI delivers it as a working application hosted directly on the Internet Computer. The bigger idea, according to Dominic Williams, is that AI itself will replace much of today's developers' workflow. By the way, it already is. We're seeing companies that are used to have thousands of developers downsizing and utilizing AI. Instead of humans writing code, configuring databases, and maintaining servers, an AI could spin up applications instantly, update them continuously, and ensure resilience through blockchain-based guarantees. And by the way, if you're up to this point in the video, make sure you guys are subscribed and give this video a free thumbs up. We got a ton of information and videos here on the Internet Computer. You can just type in the Cryptoviser ICP or click on my logo down below, take you to my YouTube page, click on videos, and then you can either scroll or click the little magnifying glass and just type in ICP on my YouTube page and you'll see all of those videos. Dominic says that this reframes the blockchain not just as a settlement layer for tokens, but as the optimal environment for AI-generated applications. Internet Computer's design with features like reverse gas model, the model where developers pay for computational costs of their applications, rather than requiring end users to pay a transaction fee, removes the need for firewalls or database migrations that plague traditional infrastructure. He said, quote, AI is developing these apps hundreds of times faster than humans could. And because there's no system admin standing by, you need the guardrails only blockchain can provide. He pointed to early hackathons where ordinary people used AI on Internet Computer to build apps, from a crowdsourced pothole mapping platform to a tool for generating wills and health directives. The vision is that such tools could proliferate in the millions. Entrepreneurs, small businesses, and even NGOs could create customized apps without technical expertise, paying for usage with fiat, while crypto tokens underpin the system behind the scenes. But meanwhile, the price is lagging. Despite these developments, the Internet Computer token has yet to see sustained momentum. It briefly rallied when AI integrations were announced in 2024, but has since traded more in line with the broader market sentiment than with user adoption. Dominic accepts this disconnect, but predicts the market may catch up very soon, saying, quote, "This could be the first time Web3 actually outcompetes Web2 technologically without a token incentive in sight. The shock will be when people realize that they can just talk to an AI and a blockchain app appears at a URL." Now, I don't necessarily know that that statement alone is going to bring the price up. And, I definitely think that their focus needs to be the development and the marketing and making the partnerships and business dealings that they need to do to get these businesses utilizing this technology and then utilizing the Internet Computer. Because again, adoption of the blockchain is what is going to drive the value of the coin and the whole ecosystem. Adoption of the technology forces usage of the Internet Computer coin to then go and pay for computational costs on the network. And so Dfinity, while, I do get it, like they are kind of the developers of the protocol and somewhat, especially if they're selling coins to fund their operations, which I don't know if they are or are not. There's a lot of rumors that that's what they do. Like most other ecosystems. Ethereum Foundation sells their coins on a regular basis also. But I don't necessarily know that that should be their main focus. Their main focus really needs to be this: marketing the technology, marketing what they can do, having those meetings with businesses around the world, banks, large corporations that are going to be utilizing AI, and at least get them to test this technology, right? Stress test it out, see how it works, and be really public about them utilizing this technology. Because guys, the price in itself is not the technology, but the price is investors in the technology, right? And I don't know how low it could go. There's a potential that we can go another 50 or 90% down from where we are. That's possible. It's possible it could go to zero. I don't think it will, but the AI narrative, while in the mainstream stocks and Wall Street is picking up. In crypto, it doesn't seem like it is. Even though I think definitely with Internet Computer, definitely Fetch AI and ASI1, it should be more of a conversation, especially the infrastructure that Internet Computer can provide. And maybe, just maybe, they do a deal with a Bitcoin mining operation that is pivoting to AI so that their customers, like let's say TerraWolf or Bitfarms or Cipher Mining or Iris Energy, that do have AI, like an AI infrastructure play here, that they can work with their clients and say, you can also utilize the Internet Computer's cloud to help compute and deploy some of this technology and make the front end for the user. So that's a possibility, but that's really where I think that Dominic and team at Dfinity should be focusing on, not focusing on the price. The price is stuff that we talk about, right? The price is what we are going to be really driving the conversation around, right? Investors and understanding what the valuation should be. Because currently the valuation of Internet Computer is a measly $2.3 billion. I mean, there's layer twos built on Ethereum that have a higher valuation than this to a factor of 10x that don't really do anything. There's cryptos like hyperliquidation, which is 7 times the value of Internet Computer. And it's literally in the name, hyperliquid. Hyperliquidation. It's a DEX that liquidates people by using leverage. It's hyperliquidation, right? That has a higher valuation than Internet Computer, which is solving real world problems for this whole AI compute conversation and technology. And so there's a lot to think about here, but the price is definitely lagging. I don't think anybody can deny that. I mean, obviously the ICP maximalists will say, but Cryptoviser, it doesn't matter because it's more to buy. It's buying the dip. It's like, yeah, but guys, we've been buying the dip since Internet Computer launched, right? We need to see sustained growth and sustained increase in the valuation. We're at the end stages of the bull market in 2025. And Internet Computer didn't even break into the top 25, let alone the top 40, let alone the top 30. And that, I think, is a huge problem. Because once these cryptos break into the top 30, top 20, top 10, they get a lot more attention. And people know right now what Internet Computer can do, and they're just not paying attention to it. They're like, no, Cryptoviser, we got to buy Hyperliquid and SWI. These are the coins that we need to buy. And it's like, well, what can they do? Like, what technologies do they actually have that are scaling at the rate like we're not seeing in any other industry? They can't answer that question. Oh, but Cryptoviser, you got to buy MicroStrategy. Michael Saylor's a genius. I'm like, he's a genius because he buys Bitcoin with leverage. That's why he's a genius. I don't get it. What is so genius about that compared to what Internet Computer is capable of doing? That's where we are in the cycle, right? But that's because it's been underperforming so much. But as investors, we need to look at this as potential opportunity. Now, it could still go down 90%. It could go down to 0, okay? But I'm looking at it like there is huge opportunity here. And I am critical at some points of Internet Computer and their pathway. But I think that, especially with the first real coverage from mainstream of Internet Computer and what they're trying to do, I think it's a first huge step for Dfinity and the ICP ecosystem. Dominic posted this on X. He said, one day Wall Street will go on chain and DeFi will become mainstream fi. However, the first is mainstreaming is coming in mid-October. Caffeine AI will combine blockchain, cloud, and Internet Computer, producing a new self-writing technology stack where anyone can build anything on chain through chat. And so effectively, they're relaunching Caffeine AI. And like I said, to me, Caffeine AI is a product that's not on the Internet Computer. It can deploy dApps to the Internet Computer, but it's not living on the Internet Computer. So that's, this is a private company effectively that's going to be making money to build out their products. So Caffeine AI, to me, is not what is the killer app, really. And by the way, there's other vibe coding apps as well. To me, this is the biggest proof of concept that's going to be released for what is capable for the Internet Computer. And I think that if they push that out, because think about it, if you're building OpenAI, you're looking at Caffeine AI as a competitor. Bottom line, And so there's no incentive to utilize the internet computer's infrastructure when it's being built by a competitor. Dfinity is building Caffeine AI. Caffeine AI is a competitor to OpenAI because it's just a large language model. But if you're OpenAI and you see that Caffeine AI is a proof of concept that's being built within the internet computer infrastructure, and you are looking for potential new lines of infrastructure to expand to, that is a great proof of concept for a company like OpenAI to say, let's start testing on this. But they're not going to do it if it's a competitor. That's the big difference here. And so I know that a lot of people in internet computer are excited about Caffeine AI. To me, it's not really that exciting. It's the third launch of Caffeine AI. It's going to be a public launch. I think there is going to be some type of paywall there for the usage of the ecosystem, because you have to remember, like, Caffeine AI is going to utilize the internet computer's compute capabilities, and therefore it's going to cost money. And they're not going to just fund this forever for free. And I don't expect them to, right? But I really hope that the messaging and the outcome from the Caffeine AI launch is proof of concept for the internet computer's infrastructure. And potentially we're going to hear something else, again, just speculation, probably not, but hopefully we will, about banks or other companies utilizing the internet computer to launch their own large language model on. But we'll have to wait and see. I know a lot of people are like, but Cryptoviser, it's really more about launching dApps that will live on the ICP cloud versus, a centralized server at Amazon Web Service. And while I get that, I don't know that that's going to hit the same way as really pushing the infrastructure as the play, especially when we all know that these AI companies, they have literally unlimited funding. And I'm not talking about internet computer. They don't. But OpenAI, Grok, Google's Gemini, all of these different AI products that they're building in the US, they have unlimited money, unlimited funding. And so they can deploy utilizing the internet computer, even if it's not everything. It's just pieces of their technology. And that alone could bring billions or hundreds or tens of billions into the internet computer ecosystem to help the network keep operating. So we'll have to wait and see how this all plays out. But I want to know what you guys think. Is this an investable asset, or is this just a shitcoin that is going to continue to lose value? I don't know the answer. I don't think any of us do. But obviously, these are just my opinions, my analysis on the market. I'm very bullish on internet computer. But I also have my reservations about whether they're going to be able to pull it off, because just there's so much competition out there. And, they really have to hit it right and market this right and get the right partnerships to make it work. And I think that they can do it. We're just going to have to wait and see if they do. Let me know what you guys think down below while you're there. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss a new video. Remember, we upload every single day of the year to bring you the latest happening in the financial world. You can also check out my other internet computer videos on my channel. Just type in the Cryptoviser ICP, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Crypto on.